Hello and welcome to the video. I'm going to be showing my Japan travel sketchbook today. I went for 20 days this past summer with my girlfriend. We went in July from the 2nd to the 22nd. So yeah, this is the sketchbook itself. It's quite small, as you can tell from the scale of my hands. So this is the front cover. These two stickers were put on before Japan. So I had Go cut from like a larger sticker, and it's kind of just my mantra. I wanted to go to Japan. I've been wanting to go for over 10 years. So it's kind of my mantra for the trip. This one is actually from Montreal. And yeah, the other stickers I put on, a bunch of Shonen Jump stuff. This was actually from the first issue I bought of Shonen Jump in Japan. Some One Piece stuff. Yeah, so let's get into the sketchbook itself. On this front page, you have some more stickers, a boarding pass sticker. And to start off the trip, we were flying from Quebec to Toronto and then Toronto to Narita. So it's our first flight. I just wanted to get a sketch in of the plane. I was super excited to be traveling again. It's my girlfriend and some people that we were watching from the early AM looking for breakfast. Some more people. This was with Rush Pen. It was super fun to do some people watching, life drawing stuff. Currently I work as a concept artist and I find I don't do as much loose stuff, so people watching was definitely a lot of fun for me. This is July 4th, so this is kind of the first sketch I did in Japan. And we're on the train to Akibara. We went to a market that morning. They had really good meat and sweets. This is the train to Iria. So it's July 5th, 6 a.m. The next day, I believe, we're doing laundry. We have this page we were in the area of the Tokyo Skytree, and I remember they had a Disney collaboration going on. So I was super excited to collect all these stamps and to include them in the sketchbook as kind of a souvenir. And in the back, we just have layered people watching to and from the Skytree, I think. This is on the 6th, and we're going from Ueno to Shinjuku. This is actually the ticket from the Skytree. I loved all the tickets in Japan. They have like such nice imagery on them. This is actually some stuff from the Kirby Cafe. We saw that on the same day, so wanted to put a sticker of it. This one, we're going from Ueno to Fuji. I was super excited to go to Mount Fuji. To be honest, for me, I think it was like one of my favorite stops we made on the trip. We stayed at a really nice onsen. On the bus, we were actually having a like 7-Eleven gourmet lunch. It was pretty fun. These are some mountains on the way to Fuji. That's Kawaguchiko Station. And Shimoyashida Station. So this is Mount Fuji. And we had really good visibility of Mount Fuji for the time we were there. Sorry, I'm just gonna slide that. On this day, it looked like Mount Fuji was erupting. There were these clouds surrounding it in like such a dynamic shape, so I really wanted to capture that in my sketchbook. This is actually in the gardens at the onsen we stayed at, so they had a really beautiful grounds. And this is on Friday, July the 7th. It's at 3:53, so we were just having some tea, you can see there. After that, we went and checked out the footbath. So they have warm water, you can go in and sit. So I sat with my sketchbook and did a sketch of the rocks and the landscaping. This is the Mount Fuji panoramic ropeway. So we actually biked to the base here, so we kind of went all along the waterfront. It was really amazing. I would definitely recommend biking around Fuji if you have the chance to go. It was super nice. The weather was great. It was hot, but it was really enjoyable. Then we took the ropeway up to go see some elevated views. This was from a drink in the hotel. They had a festival going on, so I thought it was a nice little keepsake. And then this was for the tea that we drank in the garden. The little invitation they put in our room to invite us to tea. Sorry, I'm struggling with this page. Yeah, so this is where we stayed at Kanyamen, and this is actually in the lounge. I put a little tea sticker here because we were just hanging out in the indoor lounge, and they had a really nice window facing a rock garden. So now we are leaving Fuji and heading to Adwara. This is the tiger seal. So they had this in the castle, and this was a high-ranking military seal. If you saw this, it was kind of like an order coming from the top. So it was kind of an officiation seal. And this was Adwara Castle. So you have the ticket here to get in. I love this plan view that they included. As I was saying before, they have just a really nice attention to details on these little slips to get in. It was super fun to go and check out the castle. Here you can actually see it says Adwara to Kyoto. So that was the next stage of our trip. We have a vending machine at Nijo Station. Excuse me. So yeah, I wanted to capture the vending machines there because I feel like they're so high level compared to what I see here, and the food was just awesome. So we have Arashiyama and the Sagano romantic train. So we took the Romance Express while we were in Japan. It was a really nice trip. Some really beautiful landscape views. Recommend it if you're going. Okay, so we have some train tickets here. This was a Tenryuji temple. Yeah, it was a very nice temple. Here you can see I was extending the ticket a little bit. I believe these are the tickets for the Romance Express, so we took the same train back. I think it was the last train of the day, actually. Is this page stuck together? It is. So this is in Kyoto. And we went to the Kyoto International Manga Museum. This was their little mascot. Super cool, amazing stamps. There was a really cool exhibition while we were there. And got to see a ton of original art. This is the admission ticket. I thought the sticker really captured Kyoto quite nicely. That is me and my girlfriend at the Manga Museum. This is the Phoenix. They had a large scale model of that hanging in the museum. And Fushimi Inari, which was also really incredible. We went to check that out. So now we're heading into Nara, the deer park. I wasn't super excited for Nara going into it. I definitely wanted to go, but I would say it blew away my expectations. It was really amazing. I think my favorite temple was in Nara, and the deer were very kind to me, so I appreciated that. This is actually a sticker of the cookies that you would feed them. So you would go to a vendor and buy a cookie, and as soon as you bought a cookie, the deers would just mob you and bow to you and try and get a cookie off of you. It's a really amazing experience. So it's 9:30 on our way to Nara. We had Family Mart for breakfast, and we went to a market, but it was closed. So we decided to go to Nara early, which I think was a good decision in retrospect. Some more commuting drawings. And we're in Nara now. We named this deer in Nara Jin. I don't remember why. It's a really great place to be so close to animals, and just they were super chill, so I was drawing them and giving them cookies. This was actually a note from the temple that we were visiting, and I asked if it would be okay if they put it in my sketchbook, and the woman at the temple was super nice and said of course, and looked at my sketchbook. It was a really nice moment on the trip. This Todaiji temple, I would say this was my favorite temple, and this is in Nara, so I really recommend this place. It was great, extremely beautiful architecture, and really amazing craftsmanship on the vendors around here. I remember buying like quite a few souvenirs to bring home for family and stuff here. So these are some more stickers. Japan World Cultural Heritage, and I believe, let me see here. Yeah, so we have, this is actually we're starting to get into Mount Koya, I believe. This is a bag from one of the vendors buying a souvenir. Super nice craftsmanship again. This was from the Ryohoken Museum in Koya. This was the view from the temple we stayed at. There was a rock garden right by our room, so we sat and just kind of enjoyed the view. It was raining a little bit when we were there, but overall it was still a really amazing place. So Mount Koya, we had to go up into the mountains. The bus ride was brutal. I'm not usually one to get motion sick, but that bus up the mountain really kind of got to me. So here's another stamp from Koya. This was a cutout of a little bag I got, and I filled in a couple more clouds. This is actually a shrine that is kind of located up here in the garden. And the reason I drew this was a monk was telling me a story, and he's like, oh, do you know Fushimi Inari? And I'm like, oh yeah, like the fox. And he was saying that this shrine is actually kind of like a mini shrine for Fushimi Inari to come to and visit. And I remember right after this story, I whacked my head pretty hard on one of the wood beams because I'm pretty tall, so not all of the buildings were super high ceilings. So I remember the monk telling me that story and me whacking my head. So it really stuck with me, and I felt like I was seeing stars and foxes for the rest of the day. Okay, so now we're in Osaka. Osaka Castle in scale was just absurd. It's so big. It was incredible to see the castle. This is from the Ghibli store in Osaka. Here there's the JR stamp. The One Piece store in Umeda. I believe there's a couple One Piece stamps coming up. So each store had a different stamp. This is Osaka Castle. So we're on our way to Datenbusen-mei to eat and to see Shinsenkaku. I think the line was 2M, so we're already at the 15th of July. Okay, I was super excited about this. There was like a shogi and go parlor, and it was the only one I saw on our trip. And I love chess and board games and go. When I was a kid, I read a manga called Hakura no Go, all about Go, so I had to draw this scene. It was really cool, like all these people playing together, and you can't see it super well, but in the back it just went for rows and rows of boards. It was amazing. Here we're going from Osaka to Hiroshima by JR. It's hard to see, but this is actually my girlfriend sleeping on the train, and I was drawing her, so I was kind of looking back to draw her, and you can actually see there was a person that kept staring at me while I was drawing. I got a couple looks while I was in Japan for sure, but yeah, it was really fun, and I think they just wanted to see what I was doing on the train. So this is in Hiroshima, so that's the Peace Memorial Museum. Really devastating and incredible place. The imagery in the museum was quite graphic, but it's definitely a moment in history I don't think humanity should ever forget. So This is a sketch from inside the Peace Museum. There was an observation deck kind of at the end of the museum, and you can still see this building was intact from Hiroshima. It's quite famous. They actually had a jump store. We went into Hiroshima afterwards, and the town is extremely lively. I really liked Hiroshima. It was an incredible place. The food was amazing. And then you can see we're going from Hiroshima to Fukuoka, which I also liked and think is quite underrated. This was our lunch. It was so good. We had it on the grill. It was incredibly delicious. This was one of my favorite meals we had, I would say. I like this little sticker. It said, "Thank you to you who know true values." So we're going Hiroshima to Hakata. And now we are in Fukuoka. This was from a temple. This is actually a traffic safety sticker, but it had the iconography for the temple we were visiting, and I really quite liked it. This temple was also amazing. It was maybe one of the most modern temples we went to. They had these really amazing statues and wells, and then it just felt very modern because it was right near Canal City in Fukuoka. This was at the ramen stadium. The ramen was incredible. I believe the ramen we had was from Hokkaido, I want to say. Super delicious. You can't see it well here, but this is the Fukuoka jump store, and it's actually Ace and Luffy, but it got kind of smudged, so you can kind of see Ace there. So we went to another Ghibli store. There were surprisingly quite a few Ghibli stores, so I wouldn't worry too much if you're in Japan for a substantial amount of time. You will probably have a chance to see a Ghibli store. They're very popular. So this is Tuesday, July 18th in Fukuoka, on our way to see Nanzoin. I remember this. We went to go see the giant Buddha, and there were just these incredible shrines. This one was located in the middle of a pond. Really, really beautiful. This one was Fukuoka, the waterfront by the beaches. And the story behind this sticker is Fukuoka was really big for swimming. So they had a swimming thing going on while we were there, but we unfortunately couldn't get tickets to see. They were quite expensive. But they had different types of swimming, so I picked the artistic swimming sticker because, of course, it fits me well. This was a Lucky Charm reading that I got, I believe, at the temple on the previous page. So I liked the cats and stuff and wanted to put them into the sketchbook as a keepsake. Okay, so this was at the Kirby Cafe in Fukuoka, and this was in the restaurant around the central table. My girlfriend and I actually ate at this cafe, and it was delicious. All the food was Kirby themed and fun. You can see there I put a little fork in this Kirby car because it's actually a dessert cake that we ordered. So right after the photo, I stuck a fork in them. And here we have Hakata to Shin-Osaka to Tokyo. So during the last stretch of our trip, we went from Fukuoka back to Tokyo, and then from Tokyo we're going back to Toronto. This time when we were in Tokyo, we stayed in Shibuya. In the beginning, we actually stayed in Ueno. Shibuya was really cool. I really wanted to see Hachiko. I got this in a gacha, so they had stickers, which I thought was a great idea to have stickers, but it took me, I bought quite a few stickers and I kept missing on the Shibuya sticker, which was the one I wanted. And it actually sold out. I didn't manage to get a Shibuya sticker, but then we saw the same gacha of stickers in another spot. So I tried again and got it. Shibuya Station. I love this crossing stamp. And Pokemon Worlds was just a couple weeks after us, so unfortunately we didn't get to see, but they had all these stamps themed to Pokemon Worlds. This was a bike. We were waiting for laundry in Shibuya. We actually had to go exterior to our hotel. That would be one thing I'd recommend. Make sure your hotel has laundry. because this was, we had fun and we waited around, but it took a long time. So we went to 7-Eleven, so of course I had to pencil that in. And then this was one of the highlights of the trip. I loved Fuji, but I also loved the Ghibli Museum. I'm a huge Porco Rosso fan. We were watching Ghibli movies leading up to the trip. We rewatched Castle in the Sky. The attention to detail and the craftsmanship within the Ghibli Museum is just amazing. I would go again, to be honest, just to enjoy the experience again. This was a pump well, so you could pump water out of the well, and then up here led to the viewing deck where you could see the sky. And I really liked the architecture and just everything about it. It was a extremely cool place. They had a cafe, we had lunch there. The food was quite nice. I think this might be one of my favorite pages, just to shout that out. This was a woman tending to a pond, actually, at the Ghibli Museum. So I just really liked the scene of her working with the pond, so I got a sketch of it in. And this is actually a movie ticket. They show you an exclusive movie that you can, I believe, only see at the Ghibli Museum. So it was on the 20th, you can see there. And yeah, they had little stamp kits, some more Iki stamps. This was also very cool. This was, I remember this day. We packed a lot in, actually. I think we went to the Ghibli Museum. Then we went to the Edo Open Air Architectural Museum. This was incredible. We were able to walk in and out of interiors of buildings from different periods. And I would recommend this for anyone who's into architecture. I'm a huge architecture nerd. I'm mainly an environment concept artist and world builder. So this for me was super, super cool. And then we finished the evening off with Tokyo Skytree. A fun fact about their mascot, it was actually designed by Miyazaki. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. Tokyo Tower stamp. And we went to this Animate, and apparently it was, for those who don't know, Animate is like this giant anime store. It's a chain in Japan, but this was one of the top ranked Animates ever, so they had their own stamp. And yeah, we finished off the trip, so we did go to Harajuku, which was quite cool. This is a sticker we got from the Shibuya Sky area. And then I had to do a sketch of Hachiko before I left. And this is Shibuya Crossing. It was amazing to finally see it in person. I really enjoyed the Shibuya Sky experience. Again, I would probably also recommend that if you're in the area. And this is the final page. So this was on our way out on the flight. I think the day before we went to Shibuya Sky, and then it was time to fly back home. So that's the finished page. Thank you for watching if you've stuck out this long. I think there's a secret sticker page here. That was my rail pass, my JR pass for the trip, some Ghibli stickers, and Mega Man Battle Network was actually quite huge while we were there because of the Legacy collection that just came out. So that is the book in a nutshell. Oh, the sticker, it's fallen off. Wow, I don't think I could have done that if I tried. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Full disclosure before I end the video, I did remove some pages at the end of the sketchbook. Personally, I think I wanted to have this book as just a sketchbook for the trip. I didn't want to feel pressure to finish it when I came home, so I will be using these pages to do sketches separately. But yeah, just a full disclaimer, I didn't quite fill the book. I think it's like 7-ish pages, but yeah. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see another sketchbook, please just engage with the video, leave me a comment, a thumbs up maybe. Any of that will just let me know, hey, like, you know, maybe I'll do another one. So thanks so much and have a great day.